Hey guys, Diecast and Lego here. It finally came. My 4-in-1 Hot Wheels wall tracks. Special order. So the wall track systems are really neat because, as you can see, they hang on the wall. So you don't have that big floor space going around, but you can, if you want to, connect it to the floor. Now, when I look at these cars, I think these are all regular issue cars, not really any new ones. There's 24 Hours, other cars like that. So, not really new. And one of the features, I'll go into it a bit later, is the fact that they use command strips, which are safe for walls. So, they say adult assembly required. I don't know what that means, but might as well open it up, take a look at it. Down here, here's a little warning. It says, not for use with some Hot Wheels vehicles, includes 5 vehicles, additional vehicles not included. Do not use with wallpaper, may not adhere well to vinyl surfaces. That's probably for the 3M brand command strips. Color and decorations may vary. With pieces, I know the starter set you can buy a Batman version. So, I promised I'd open it up, so let's go ahead and do that right now. So, as I'm looking at it, go ahead and crack it open. It's a big, heavy box. That's probably please read all instructions carefully before hanging set. Interesting. So apparently there's some sort of danger. I don't know. So I think these might be sorted by type of things. Here's instructions. Yeah. This looks like the starter set. Yeah, this is going to be complicated to put together. But that's not all of it. But it does look like definitely looks like there's going to be some assembly required. Definitely going to be some assembly required. Now, if you want to see the put together, however the heck I'm going to put this crazy stuff together, it's lapsed, but I'll do step by step me putting this crazy thing together. So, look for the put together at the end of the video. So, you know, I was so excited, I completely forgot to talk about the cars. So I'll go ahead and cut them off of their base here. First car, let's see, Nerve Hammer. Never heard of him before. There's Nerve Hammer. 24 hours. Let's see if I'm correct. Yep, 24 hours. This is Stock R, or maybe it's, yep, Stock R. This is Ultra Rage. So the next thing you need to do is hang the template, which I have done, which is step 1 on the start here. So I already hung all the brackets up. So I'll just walk you through this. Step 2 is prepare brackets. So you need to put this red side of the command strips down. See, I have an extra bracket here. You put it down on the back side of this. So that goes on there. And then you hang the brackets, put them on, wait for 30 seconds. Also, they have a little arrow here. I call it the finder, and they have a thing, so if you're hanging it by eye, you can, let it go, and it will tell you what you do correctly. You put this down on the floor, and then you're good. The cool thing about these things is they have a breakaway function. So say it's on, and the kid, you know, runs into it, or mostly mom would be the one, mom or dad that runs into it. You know, kid left it out. They have this breakaway function, so the track pieces can come off. See, this isn't put down. So the track can come off, but the brackets still stay on. Then the kid can just come back and, you know, clip it back on. And so that's the step. Then what they want you to do is remove the bracket, or remove the template. They recommend doing it with masking tape. I didn't have any, so I used regular tape. So pull this off, and then be careful not to rip it, because you can use it for, you can do other things. I'm going to make mine taller, and I'm going to make it go onto this wall also. So once you pull it off, pull the tape off, here are the brackets for everything. And also, one thing about this is, see, they have the A. And that's, you know, they say to put it there. It doesn't really matter. They're all identical. So then they say hang track on wall. And I'm not going to do that yet. But there's rubber band placement, ready to play, deliveries, switches, further play, all this stuff. But they recommend letting it go for an hour, letting these brackets stay for an hour. So I'll get to you guys later after that. So then, after an hour, then they recommend putting weight on it. So yeah, means we gotta wait an hour before we can do that. But in that time, you can review other stuff for the wall track. One of the most important things about these command strips is the fact that they can be removable. You know, I haven't done this before. I'm new to command strips, but apparently they work. So all you do is, they say, just grab this and pull. Well, can you hear that? Seems like it's working. Switch hands. These things. Hey, what do you know? It came off pretty well. Maybe you're supposed to hold it so you don't, you know, smack yourself, but nothing on the wall. Isn't that cool? Let's take a look at the starter set. Notice we have all 5 cars loaded up. We'll go ahead and arm this circular launcher, and we'll release. Well, it does need a lot of power to get up the ramp, so we'll just do 1 now. Let's see, maybe this is for if you're using other pieces. So let's try it. Hey, it worked! So now let's just go a little in-depth on all of the pieces. Here we have the multi-launcher. I call it the multi-load launcher. I like things alliterated, if you haven't noticed already. Let's see where all the cars will have them loaded up. So the way this works is as a car goes down, and then it hits this piece, which should release another one. But let's just talk a bit about the parts itself. There's 4 types of parts. There's centerpieces, which could be to the right, which is right. We have one here, to the left, another to the right, and then there's also right returns, because they go on the right side, and there's also left returns, because they're on the left side. So let's go ahead and take a look at this to the right centerpiece, which is the multi-load launcher. Yeah, I'll try it this way. Let's just arm this, because we want to just see this guy working. Hey, that stuff works pretty well. So now let's take a look at this to the right, or excuse me, a right return. So let's load some cars back up. And notice they have a lot of parts have these sort of ridges on them, and that's so the car goes down and slows down so it doesn't jump over. Also, this is kind of coarse compared to other sections where you want it to speed up a lot. So let's take a look at this. Okay, so now as we reload, let's try it from a different angle. Yeah, we'll try from a, from a bit of a different angle. Let's try from right here, this piece. See if I can find the lever to hit it. Wow, that's pretty cool. So now we'll reload the car and take a look at the circular catapult. Reload all of the cars in. And let's just see if you can, we'll save one car. Let's see, we'll take this guy out. And there's two ways you can do it. There's one way you can actually load a car into here, but it's not recommended. Sometimes it'll get jammed, but let's just see what happens. Actually, we'll take cars out. We just need like a one-time feature sort of thing. So let's try this circular catapult. See, it always knocks one out. So the way that's recommended is you just load it, take one, and take one car, don't load it, pull the trigger. That was cool. It launches out. So now we'll take a look at a left return, which is this spin with a diverter switch, which goes into a breakaway panel here. So I guess you can pop this switch, and instead of having it go down, you can have yet another layout. The only thing is I think I measured wrong so that it doesn't want to go all the way through. So let's load it up, do the catapult so it gets some extra speed, and check it out. Look at that. Worked like a charm. So now we'll try it with the diverter switch. Yeah, didn't make it around. I'll have to work on that. See that? You gotta make sure you measure like I think 12 inches out, otherwise it's not gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work otherwise. So now let's take a look at, there's another function on this panel. It's just full of functions. There's a trap door. Open that up. Look at that, it rolls all the way down to a ramp. So when you load it, get it set, and release. Look at it, shot all the way over there. So we'll try from this angle with the trap door, and let's try it now. What? Came up upside down. Huh. Let's try another car and try it again. There we go. And notice it enables trick track. So you can, if you want to take this jump off, you can connect it to your trick tracks. This thing is very versatile. So we'll take a look at another to the right. These are I think they're called flap gates. I know a lot of people like to call them flippity flaps. So as you release the car, they just go right across. Let's try it from this angle. look at that. Looks pretty nice. And then there's just one other little feature. Another crash gate. So, that's it for the starter set. Isn't that interesting? Wall tracks. Gotta love it.